Hey, everybody, you are watching The Main Viewer. You know how I know? Because it is time for The Main Viewer. It is Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We are live. We have so much to talk about. We have the end of Virtual TrekCon 4. Lots to go over there. Can you believe there were it was featuring 60 Star Trek celebrities and professionals in their fields. There was 65 or 70 hours of content, 70 hours of content over 5 days. Mm-hmm. We had the Lappy Awards, which were just insane, bigger and crazier than last year. There were 30 Star Trek special guest celebrities. Plus there's Picard Mania. People are going nuts for it because it's freaking amazing. Episode 2 is coming out in just a couple of days. Tons of things to talk about there. A lot of cool interviews and secrets being divulged. There's a lot of news to talk about, everybody. So let's go ahead and get into that. Let's make sure everybody is here. Can you hear us loud and clear? Everybody in the live chat, let us know where you're watching from and tell us how great our audio is today, or not great. Look at Melissa Longo's here. Can you believe it? What luck?
Wow. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Hello.
I remember that guy. Yeah. Great shirt, by the way, everybody. You can get that exact shirt from Melissa if she's nice. Or you can get a the similar shirt from the online store at Star Trek and Chill, which is in the description box below, I believe. Yes. So please go check that out. Click on that link in the description box below and get your own Stembolt and Chill shirt. Stembolt and Chill. You too can look this amazing.
Stembolt and Chill with Jake, the little cutie, and Nog, the other little cutie, and they're on the cutest little Stembolt ever, and they're chilling.
Man.
Now I want that shirt.
I know that is great advertising.
I already wanted it anyway. But.
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel is here. She is the walking exclamation point resident web crawler. She should be an events planner.
I live in a state of Picard Mania. I don't know what you're talking about. That's my life.
New York?
Yeah. And also, I'm wearing my Neelix and Chill sweatshirt.
Ooh.
So cute.
Wow, you guys can get that Neelix and Chill shirt also at the Star Trek and Chill shop at the description box below link. I didn't wear one. I was like, I felt like I already kind of pushed it the last couple of days. I was like, let me give him a break. I'll hit him so hard on Star Trek and Chill Friday. So don't act like I'm being gracious. I'll hit you guys so hard with it in 3 days. So look forward to that. My name is Ryan
and aren't
T.
they
Husk.
available now in Canada and internationally?
No, just online.
Oh, okay.
But yes, thank you, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel. Everybody at home, if that home happens to be in Canada or Croatia or Chile or Cameroon or Cambodia.
How about Panama?
I was all trying to do all C's.
Oh,
what other C countries are there? China?
I was going to say Quebec too, but no. Because it's like
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, capital is San Jose. That's a good one. Cuba. Very good. Caicos. What's the one that's Caicos and something in Caicos?
I don't know,
but
I just thought of Cairo. That's a city, not a country. But
yeah, Turk. What is it again, Anne-Marie?
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, Caicos. I always thought it was Caicos, or you just probably call it Caicos because you're a Star Trek fan.
Yeah. Now I don't know.
So everybody in the live chat, let us know any sea countries that we are missing. Channel Islands, those are just islands off the coast of LA. Matt Boardman, you Los Angelino. Okay.
Oh, Denny R. Johnson. Which one did you buy? I love finding out what everybody buys. Okay.
Yeah, Curacao. I always call it Curacao, but is it pronounced Caraco? Some people call it Caraco, but I call it Curacao.
Oh, yeah, I would
Chet-
have said.
Yeah, we have
Curacao.
Czech Republic. That's a great one. Congo, excellent.
Congo?
Colombia, Czechoslovakia, which
Oh.
is now the Czech Republic, and Slovakia.
Oh yeah, Colombia.
Colombia.
Cameroon?
I thought I said Cameroon.
Did
Didn't
you? I think you did say
I think I
Cameroon.
did. They're usually
But
pretty
Jimmy
good
R.
at soccer.
Johnson shouted it out.
Shouted. She yelled it out.
Well, she exclaimed it.
Mhm.
Oh, she got prune juice and chill and rice and chill. Good choices.
Cool.
Excellent choices.
Two that I have to add to my wardrobe.
That Picard and chill one really, rise and chill really sends a message in the best way.
Boom.
It really does.
Mars says Cyprus. Good
Does it get
knowledge.
more
That's
chill than
good.
that?
Yeah, good
Good
call.
one.
Oh, we
Yeah.
always have a science quiz guy from coming in from Cyprus.
Very nice.
George.
I really want to just do this for hours because I love geography, but I bet nobody else does. So at some point we are going to have to move forward on this while I keep thinking.
Although it's getting a pretty great response.
Yeah, it's
in
because it's
this live
fun.
chat.
Geography is fun as shit.
It's fun. Did you say China?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Cayman Islands.
Crete. That's
right.
that's not a country, but we'll take
Mm-mm.
it. Caymans, Chad, very good.
Or
That's a
Canary.
great one.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
Booty shorts. Andrew says yes. Booty shorts is one. No, he's
C
talking
is-
about
The C is silent.
God.
yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So let's move forward. Let's get into our very first article of the day. And Cambodia. No, we already said Cambodia. I believe there's a
think you
holiday in Cambodia where men are dressed in black. Remember that song? Like the Dead Kennedys, I think.
No.
Oh, it's
I
a
don't-
good one. Okay.
All I can listen to right now is Picard and Beverly's mixtape. So I can't even think about anything else. And you know it's true.
Oh.
Oh my
Tom
gosh. the
Serpenant
A-Bot
is in the live
is
chat. He
so
says
good.
Croatia.
Oh,
That was
so
like the
good.
second one we said because
Yeah.
Anne Marie hails partially from Croatia. She's like a
Oh my
Croat.
gosh. Thomas Serpenant.
Yeah, we love
Mhm.
Thomas. Great panel this past
Woohoo.
weekend, Tom, by the
Oh my
way.
gosh, that was
Amazing.
awesome.
You're
So cool.
always a wealth of knowledge, Thomas.
Yeah,
A
come on, main
wealth of
viewer all the
knowledge.
time.
Yeah, and that book that you pulled out, the medical
From
one
where?
of all of
Yes.
the
What was that?
I don't know, but it was amazing.
I need to
They
buy
had-
that.
Yeah. The anatomy of all of the aliens in
Oh my
Star Trek,
gosh.
that was pretty rad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
All right.
John Orfiola. Whoa.
Wait, back of the head is
Ooh.
here. I don't see him.
I
Well, let's.
haven't
Oh, there he
seen
is. So, hello, Travis Taylor, Matt Boardman, War Dogheim, Rose M. Kirby out in Derby, Mars 369, Mars 359 would be cool too, like Wolf 359.
Which was
Yeah.
actually trending this weekend on my Twitter.
Oh, was it? That's cool. Back of the head. What's up?
Wow.
How are you? Have a safe trip. John going out to Boston. He's going to bring us all back some beans.
Mhm.
DJ Kitty Cat, hello.
Yeah. Thomas Supernaut, have fun on the cruise. I'm so jealous. I want some Vulcan ears from you.
Is that
Wait.
similar to Buccaneers?
BL says they grabbed a sweatshirt and t-shirt from Melissa, the Introverted Republic.
Thank you. Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
so nice. Thank you.
And hello, Dave Gregory, and who else? Chuck A, BL, Rico E Anderson, although he doesn't include the E in his handle here. So that's just a guess on my part that his middle name is an E. One Trek fan, hello, big winner this weekend. All right. So let's
Yes,
get into this
congrats.
thing. Let's dive in feet first.
Mhm.
Let's not head. We're not
How
getting
about
too
stem
crazy.
bolts first?
Yep. Okay, here it comes. Our first news item of the day is from our good friends at trekmovie.com. Who wrote this one at trekmovie.com?
Yeah.
Anthony Pascal, our good buddy.
It was a good
Here it
guess.
comes. Anne-Marie, would you like to read this one a little bit for us? Could be fun.
Oh, yeah, this one's cool. So, it kind of talks about
How convincing. Off to a great start, everybody. Everybody's like, calm down, Anne-Marie, calm down. Too much enthusiasm.
Oh.
Because I was like more focused on the later part of the article, because the first part we all know they worked on 12 Monkeys together, so there's always that first, like the first part of every interview is about that, and then it gets more into Shaw, and basically like everybody's hating on him like he's a Jellicoe type, and we're getting lots of people commenting how just stick around, we promise he'll be more three-dimensional and interesting. So let's see.
But I kind of got that from him in the first episode anyway, that he's definitely got more below the surface. He's not just a one-note character. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're totally right. Let's see. So I think starting with Shaw may be one of those debated Star Trek characters. Let me move our picture box so I can actually see. You want fans to feel about Shaw? Love him, hate him, respect him, sympathize? Did you have a goal with your performance? He said, I wanted them to be delighted. I want them to delight in him and all that means. Now just giddy happy. I want them to be angry with him. I want their heart to break for him. I want them to love him and laugh with him, all of it. Oh my gosh. A roller coaster we're about to take with Shaw. Wow. Assuming Shaw makes it through the whole season, do you have the Trek bug now? Terry wants to do more. Are you on board for any spinoff? Look, I take everything one step at a time, and if all I ever get to do were these 10 episodes, so I guess he isn't all 10, of this season, my belly is full. Everything else would be a dessert, because this was a blue meat meal.
Hey, you're right. Maybe that does mean he's in 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good catch. Somebody should write an article on that.
Because what's really interesting is that when you look at the end credits, like for example, episode 1, it's not like a normal Star Trek show where every single there's a main cast and all of them are listed in the credits. Like they were putting in, like, it seemed like they were sort of adapting who their special guests were and not putting like a core main character cast, unless I'm wrong for other episodes.
Well, he's got that hyphenated last name, like the second half of his last name is Knaw.
Wait, I'm trying to think of his last name.
Oh, Shaw for Shaw. I was like, Stashwick and all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Shock and awe. That's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
It wasn't.
And then
wasn't even worth saying on my part. Sorry about that, everybody.
And then we also had John Orchiola's Todd Stashwick article ready to be pulled up in the email I sent you. And as he reminds me, he did not ask about 12 Monkeys. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I actually do need to watch 12 Monkeys. It's just a lot of 12 Monkeys talk.
But it's nice to go against the grain every once in a while and give us something new to talk about or read about.
And I also have to say, at Back of the Head on Twitter is such a fun follow right now with like the edited videos of the latest one, which cracked me up, is Worf's giggle during his interview at the blue carpet.
So this article is at screenrant.com. It's written by somebody named John Orchiola.
Oh, who
The
is this
title is
John Orgula?
Picard's new captain explains his season 3 conflict with Riker and Jean-Luc. Everybody in the live chat, that is Back of the Head in the live chat. That is also his Twitter handle. So please be sure to follow him at Back of the Head. Anne-Marie, do you want to talk about this one for a moment?
Yeah. Let's see. We can dive right in. So, I'm dizzy.
Oh, okay. You were
Just
talking
getting you
Really
ready for the
seasick.
cruise. Getting you ready for the cruise, everybody. Here we go.
You know, I have bad motions. Okay.
It's like that microfiche
Oh,
back in the day. I hear.
Anne-Marie is like squealing right now.
like
She's
getting
sick
nauseous.
sounds.
Todd's dashing. I can't. Explains why his new Star Trek Picard season 3 character, Captain Liam Shaw's conflict with Admiral Jean-Luc Picard and Captain William T. Riker. Shaw's the captain of the USS Titan A, and he is less than cordial when Riker and Jean-Luc come aboard his vessel. Shaw's hostile interaction with the former USS Enterprise commanders is a startling moment in Picard's season 3 premiere.
Like John's writing style here.
Me too.
Most people would be like, Shaw was rude, but he's like, he was less than cordial. How much less? Up to you to decide.
You should check out Faith Howell's writing style with emojis.
Let's see. So Stashwick acknowledged how different Shaw's behavior is to what fans expect from Star Trek The Next Generation, where Starfleet officers tend to get along in spite of their differences. Read his quote below. Starfleet gets along when Starfleet behaves like Starfleet, but Riker and Picard are behaving like Starfleet. They have a peppered history of breaking the rules, and Shaw is a very, very rules-minded captain. And so when people with higher ranks than people like Picard and Riker break those rules, it's going to cause conflict.
Star Trek Logs is linked here. That's
So
cool. Everybody
cool.
check those out.
You know what's really
However,
cool about that too? I just have to I don't know that I've seen many people talking about it. Like that when they come into Shaw's dining room and he's listening to that Chopin nocturne, and they make a comment about oh, it's not jazz, and he's like, I like rigid structure, which Chopin isn't all about that. Chopin's very romantic. But still, what's actually really interesting is 7 of 9 had an episode where she got really into Chopin and working with the playing piano with the metronome, because she was really into structure and rigidity and knowing what was coming next. And it's sort of underlying plot that I don't know whether they meant or not was just how far Seven's come, that she's recognizing how things aren't all black and white.
Right.
I loved it.
I loved it too. I thought
this
blue
brings
meat
up
was disgusting, but
yes. Oh, it was so weirdly. Okay, it was the consistency of a placenta. It was disgusting. It had that weird,
gelatinous.
Ew. It was that blue, squishy, weird, alien-looking color. It was disgusting.
Placentas are not alien, Anne-Marie.
Well, everybody always comments they look very alien.
Don't a lot of animals eat their placenta, including humans? Now that I think about it, I've heard of humans refrigerating their.
Do eat their
and then maybe they
no
spread
offense
it on
if it's your
toast or
culture.
something.
Right.
But cats will do animals will do that. They'll eat their placenta right up. They're and waste not, want not.
Yeah, well, for cats, it's because
nutritious.
they've spent so much energy giving birth that they need to replenish the energy, and so they eat their placentas.
Oh, that's why. It's not because they're just being gross and immature. No, but real quick, we could get back to placenta talk in just a moment. But I did want to point out that this article and that quote specifically made me think of something that I was kind of noodling around when I watched that first episode of Picard, which was Captain Shaw was really, kind of zinging Picard and Riker for being rule breakers. Mm-hmm. And I never really thought of Picard as being that cowboyish. In fact, really? I feel like of the 5 main captains from the first 6 series, including the animated series, I would say Picard was the least of the rule breakers. I mean, Kirk didn't even know rules existed.
Like, have you actually studied?
Right?
Yeah, Janeway broke the rules all the time because her back was against the wall and she was in a desperate situation.
Yeah.
Sisko, same thing in the later years. Archer, same thing.
Was creating the rules as they went along because there wasn't really a rule book.
Right. So that brings me to this question. I really need to find out what people think. Who broke the rules the most out of all the captains? So I've got a poll ready to go.
I was gonna say,
it is going right in. Obviously, there are more than 4 captains, so it's going to have to be a multi-tiered poll. We are starting right now with Kirk, Picard, Rios, and Burnham. So you let us know which captain breaks the rules more out of Kirk, Picard, Rios, and Captain Burnham of Star Trek Discovery. I think we're going to need 4 of those to really cover all of the captains.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think Picard was much of a rule breaker?
Stupid comment. Talk about like, oh, you mean he saved his ship, like his crew over and over and over? Like it just seemed like Shaw didn't want any trouble. It didn't seem like it was as much about the rules.
Or maybe Shaw is just so by the book that he thinks everybody's a rule breaker. Everybody's out gallivanting and pissing on planets, you know, spreading their seed like Kirk and Janeway.
Spreading those lizard babies, that's for sure. Yeah, but maybe he likes playing it safe and doesn't want to be involved in war and stuff.
Let's see surprise, surprise. Captain Kirk is getting the most votes as the biggest rule breaker. What do you know? Well, but Picard's still getting a decent amount of votes. Surprisingly.
I would argue that Burnham was a bigger rule breaker than Picard, that's for sure. I mean, she's constantly breaking the rules.
I felt like Burnham was a bigger rule breaker than possibly all of them. However, maybe not while she was captain.
But even still, she pushes the envelope as a captain.
Yes. But I'm just saying personally, like I would think that she might break the rules as much or more than Kirk, but as a captain, she breaks them maybe less than Kirk, but certainly more than Picard.
My hope is also that like I don't even get that mutiny that much. I just kind of felt like it was gonna happen. There was gonna be a war anyway. It wasn't that major of a deal to me.
What was that? The Vulcan hello?
Whatever,
there was going to be some. They were looking to get in a war fight. I feel like they were cruising for a bruising.
Ooh, tough talk. The tough talk doc.
I felt it wasn't like she like went out and I don't know. No,
right, and she was doing it for the good of the crew. It wasn't like she was, trying to overthrow her captain. Which she wasn't.
No matter what.
Right. Yeah. But
sure got quiet. When that happens, I feel like like my computer disconnected on me.
But it might be different for somebody who's actually served in the military and they may understand why breaking those rules was as severe as it was for her. Or had as severe consequences for her.
Yeah, I feel like we should hear from the people that have been in some form of military or something like that, and they could let us know and say, look, for example, somebody in the military, which is not me, with a lot of knowledge, which again is not me, might say it is actually within the rule book that you must do X, Y, and Z to your superior officer in this kind of case, in which case, that person's not breaking the rules. But I'm focusing specifically on captains. So like
Sure.
you know, when captains are breaking the rules. So I'm trying to think of like, what has Michael Burnham done as captain? I don't feel like she's broken as many, or I guess she's certainly gone against the admirals now in that future
and
thing. But
especially the president. She kind of butts heads with the president and does her own thing, even though the president says, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that." And she kind of goes ahead and does it anyway. But she often has the support of Admiral. I forgot
Vance.
his name. Yeah,
you can
Admiral
Vance if you want to.
Oh, Vance refrigeration. Yeah.
But being a military brat myself,
Ooh.
I do know that there is that kind of extra structured way of living, even for the military families, because you'd always get the bugle call in the morning when their flag is going up. And then at sunrise, the same thing would go happen when the flag was being taken down. So, and then everybody would have to, you know, stop and put their hand on over their hearts to commemorate those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
So we've got our second poll, which reads like this again. Who breaks the rules the most? Which captain breaks the rules more? Archer, Dal, Captain Freeman, or Janeway? We'll get you, Janeway, always rule breaking.
I don't even think that either. She's so hardcore.
I think all of them that break the rules, what the writers do is they always say, explain to us why the person's breaking the rules. So we either
so you don't die.
Completely agree with their decision,
right,
or at the very least, it's a discussion where we understand both sides, but they never just have, you know, the protagonist of the series just breaking the rules just to be a jerk.
Right.
And then we're like, wait a minute, why am I rooting for this guy? You know, so they always have a reason for it.
And I feel like Dal is learning the rules still, so it's a little bit more difficult for him to break rules that he has no idea what they're about.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I just remembered how Riker tells Picard, show us inspection face. I was like, it's like full face.
Can you tell us what inspection face looked like?
I can't do it as well as Patrick Stewart, so no.
What do you guys think out of Archer, Dal, Freeman, and Janeway?
I mean, I think Archer, but there was a good point that like there weren't really rules in place yet.
Right. Yeah.
So funny. I never really think of Janeway.
Yeah, but yeah, because they were still developing the Prime Directive when Archer was captain, so there wasn't really set of rules. Although, you could argue that he was maybe broke a lot of morality rules by stranding people places. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. So we're going to be putting up the final of the three polls. Oh, by the way, Janeway was the biggest rule breaker at 41%, Archer at 33%, Dal at 16%, and Freeman at 8%. And then we've got Captain Georgiou. We've got Saru. We have Mr. Pike. And lastly, of course, Captain Sisko. We forgetting anybody?
Lorca.
Oh yeah, Dorca.
How could I forget him?
Discovery just has too many captains. There was Dorca, there was Pike, Georgiou, Burnham, Saru. It's a lot of captains. That's 5 captains in 4 seasons.
Wow. And maybe books.
Okay.
He was
We got
a
we got to
captain.
do
Mhm.
Lorca instead of Giorgio to fit him in because he was a captain for basically a whole season. Giorgio
Right.
was only for 2 episodes. Okay. All right. Plus, we don't want people to conflate Giorgio with Mirror Giorgio. They'll be like, "Oh my God, she
I
broke the
mean,
rules all
like,
the time."
this
Yeah,
is
not that
Mirror
one. The
Lorca,
captain.
so of course he broke them.
Just because you're in love with him, you don't have to
Yeah,
defend him.
that's true. That's true.
So while we are addressing that, Melissa, do you want
Mhm.
to hit up this next article, which is
Sure.
also about Picard, but it's about our good buddy Terry Metalis
Mhm.
talking about something kind of interesting that a lot of people have been asking about, actually. Let me pull that up here. There you are. This is from comicbook.com, written by Jamie Lovett. It says Star Trek Picard showrunner reveals why season 3 cut most of the previous cast. What's up with that, Melissa?
Yeah. So it's kind of a ways in, but oh no, it's right there. Terry Metalis said it's really about real estate, right? Star Trek Picard season 3 showrunner Terry Metalis tells Digital Spy, you want every character to have its due, and it was a very specific story we wanted to tell. In order to do that, you have to have the room to do it. And so for those reasons, you needed to have the room. So we sort of had to reinvent the show a little bit and go a different direction. And then it goes on to say Orla Brady made, okay, let me try over here. Orla Brady made a brief appearance as Laris in Picard season 3 premiere, but it's unclear if she'll be back before the series ends. Michelle Hurd is also back as Raffi, returning to her roots as part of Starfleet intelligence. Jerry Ryan is also back as Seven of Nine, the character she originated in Star Trek Voyager, as she's struggling to adapt to life in Starfleet. And Metalis spoke to comicbook.com about how he and his team found a way to bring all these characters together. We knew right from the beginning it was going to be a story about the last generation passing the torch to the next generation, which gets my wheels turning about possible spin-offs. Maybe a Titan spin-off? And that permeates the story in many different ways emotionally, Metalis said. There are some bombshell revelations for Picard, and it's a story about legacy. There's something really satisfying about bringing these characters back decades later to see how much they've changed, how much they've stayed the same, and to be able to tell one final next generation story that ties all of those arcs together, including some arcs that began 30 years ago. To tie them all up by the end, it just felt like it could be not only a really satisfying conclusion, but also a satisfying beginning to a whole other young crew, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff there. That also makes me think of something that I feel very strongly about. And it's like a storm that's been brewing inside of me for quite a few weeks now. And it comes from all of the positive comments about the new season of Star Trek Picard that I believe unintentionally are actually slighting the first 2 seasons of Picard and the actors that were in them. Like, for example, when everybody says, this is the Picard you've been waiting for.
Right.
This season of Picard is the best. This is way better than the others. Or they keep saying, this is the Star Trek you've been waiting for. This is the Picard you've been waiting for. All this stuff, which I completely understand. I completely get. And I understand where people are coming from with that. However, I can't help but feel as though when they're saying that, they are saying logically, those first 2 seasons of Picard are not what we wanted. That's what that is legitimately what they are saying. And I can understand if that's how people feel. There's no problem with that. But I do feel personally that even if I end up thinking that season 3 of Star Trek Picard was the best of the 3, I do want to really strongly point out that the people that brought us the first 2 seasons of Picard, especially the actors that are not going to be in season 3, because that's where the biggest turnover is evident.
Right.
I feel like they should still get their flowers for how much of their time and effort and skills and talent that they put into this. It is certainly not their fault that Star Trek fans are very nostalgic, and we're like, just give us Riker. We want Riker. We want Seven. We want Geordi. That's how we are. It's true.
Yeah.
That's how we are. But that is not a reflection on how incredibly Alison Pill performed, or how amazing Santiago Cabrera was, and so forth. These people shocked me with how good they were at their craft. And I think that, look, Twitter, you have a limited amount of characters. So I understand we can't all say seasons 1 and 2 were amazing and Santiago Cabrera and Alison Pill were my favorites and so good and so on. But season 3, by then you're out of characters. I get it.
Right.
But I just want to point out that it's also important to give the people the just desserts that they deserve, because they did bring us 2 fantastic seasons, and especially those actors and the writers that brought us those deserve to hear what a great job they did, even if we are super excited to see Beverly back and Worf back, right?
Yeah, well, and I am sad to see those characters not included in this final season, because they had to make room for everyone who was coming back in. To me, in an ideal world, they would have figured out a way to make them all fit and in a cohesive way all together, because they were pretty awesome actors, very talented actors.
I'm just debating sharing too hot of a take.
Whoa.
I know.
There's no way you can say that and then not share it.
I know. Because I love everybody. And
Wait. Should we do a poll?
Yes.
If Anne-Marie should share her hot take. Okay.
But it's not going against the grain of what's being said here. It's like what's being said here, but a little bit more extreme.
Okay, so here is the poll. The poll question is Anne-Marie's hot take, and the options are do it, girl, or stay shy. So there we go.
Oh my god.
Everybody vote on those. The third poll in the rule breaking captain, 0% said Saru, our boy Saru. That's our guy.
Yeah.
3% said Pike. Pike is a problem. 44% of you said Lorca, and 51% of you said Captain Sisko breaks the rules more than a mirror universe guy.
Well, and here's why I think that's true. Lorca had to make sure that he wasn't caught as a mirror universe person.
Very good
So
point.
he had to kind of stay within the books.
And they weren't even his rules.
Books.
Yeah.
Right. And then, yeah.
All right. Here's something interesting. It seems that here are the highest numbers for the captains. Kirk had the most with 59, Sisko second with 51, Lorca 44, Janeway 41, Archer 33, Burnham 22. So we'll take the top 4 out of there. Lorca, Sisko, Janeway, and Kirk, and we will put them in a final championship death match of rule breaking. All right. So Anne-Marie, the answers are that it looks like they want you to stay shy. 4% of you do. Everybody else said, go for it.
I just completely agree with what's being said here. And Alex Perry tweeted this morning with something that I completely wholeheartedly agree with. And I don't know why this isn't everybody else's reaction. Or I do, because like we're all nice and not like going crazy and negative. But he did a meme of like Chakotay telling Janeway the story of the fox and the scorpion. And the fox agrees to take the scorpion on his back across the river. And then the scorpion stings the fox. And as the fox's veins fill with poison or like the toxin, the scorpion's like, well, I'm still a scorpion. And that
it's what I do. It's in my nature.
Exactly. So the application of this is that it seems like Paramount's gotten like a very toxic, like we hate new Trek corner of the internet to be really into Picard season 3. And it's a little bit like, careful what you wish for, because there's so many tweets coming out about how finally this is new Trek. And I'm like, well, what does it say about all your other shows, which are amazing? And also the other 2 seasons. And do you really want that being like, it's clear like they're sort of being, if not financially subsidized, they're being like given interviews and stuff of people for Picard season 3. So like it feels like a very awkward message to be sending. And then when like that stuff gets retweeted out, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of like it. I don't believe in diminishing anything to appease like haters.
So I was typing in this poll, but let me see if I've got your hot take.
But it's a hot take.
What you're saying is a business is trying to appeal to more people. Okay.
But I just
I'm going to see if I can.
When people are really toxic on the internet,
see if I can.
I kind of feel like they don't change. So be careful who you're getting in bed with.
That totally. But you're not going to change the people anyway. But that's a good point, is that but do we really think that the people that love Picard and Riker and Beverly and Geordi are toxic fans? I don't.
Well,
I understand your point, and I don't disagree with it.
I'm totally not. I love them more than anything. And I'm like, yeah, this is my favorite season of
You love Beverly the most,
but
I think, right?
I know. But for the people who just have like whole careers on YouTube having channels that just like diss on all new Trek, to then like give them this, to like be fueling them saying that finally we have Star Trek back, that's a little.
And when you were talking about retweeting, you're talking about them retweeting these channels that are notoriously toxic about that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, definitely.
That seem to be getting like special favors with like, now they're getting actors and behind the scenes people from season 3 to come on their shows. That's
a little messy.
Careful. And that's why I love the application of the Chakotay like fable to this situation. So it'll be interesting to see the development. But I'm like, I mean, when stuff like that's getting retweeted, I'm like, all of Picard, like, don't diminish, first of all, Picard season 1 and 2's cast, which was incredible. And then some of these people also a few months ago were saying Strange New World, finally new Trek. It's just like, okay, like way to just like love getting clickbait.
I will say that
the same about Prodigy too. Finally, real Trek, and finally real Trek.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but it's a little scary when it's coming from the creators. Just because, like, just be careful who you're playing favorites with, because you never know when they'll turn on you and say mean things that are undeserved.
Right. True.
And favoritism is subjective. It's a matter of opinion. So not everyone's going to share the same favorites, and why should one be favored over another just because that's where they assume the favoritism is coming from.
And also, like, when season 3 is over, then we're back to the other Star Trek, so those people will go back to saying, okay, back to the old like shitty new Trek. Like,
well, I do want to point out a comment from our good buddies. Shout out to Orville Nation here. I love that we're like, what does Orville Nation have to say here? This is great. He says we have to be careful saying disgruntled fans are haters. That's true. Just about all haters are disgruntled fans, but not all disgruntled fans are haters. Absolutely. Good point there. But I will say, though, it does certainly feel to me, and I don't want to use those buzzwords of feeling like Star Trek, but that's what we're talking about here. So Strange New Worlds does to me feel like what I was initially assuming new Star Trek would be. A new crew with these, bottle episodes, mostly some episodic, some serialized. It certainly does feel that way. And Picard, season 3 thus far, feels like a next generation movie. So I can understand why some people would think that those two things so far feel the most recognizable as Trek that they used to know. Prodigy feels very different, certainly still has the morals and the themes, and I love the show. I think that's definitely the dark horse of all of them. Prodigy feels a little different. Lower Decks certainly feels different, but it pays homage and it has references, but it has a different feel. Certainly it's like frenetic and I love it. It's amazing, but it certainly doesn't feel like Next Generation at all. Discovery does not feel like any of those. If anything, it feels a little bit like Deep Space Nine. But anyway, that's where I am with that. And Picard, the first 2 seasons didn't really feel like any of those. Didn't feel like Discovery, but doesn't really feel like the old Trek we're used to. It just kind of paved its own way. And I think that's
their own opinions, which I very much respect. It's just, I'm just surprised that the entities making all of them would take sides. That was my hot take.
Right.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. Yeah. That's a really good point. The Scorpion thing. That's perfect. And you said that was Alex Perry?
Yeah, Trek Core. I thought that was a good application of that. But I mean, of course, the fans have every right to say what they like and choose sides. And
they're paying money to see this, so they're spending their time and their money on Star Trek, and you have an opinion, right to an opinion on what you want to watch.
Well, yeah, everybody except the Dutch. Those there's no opinion for you, Dutchies. Dutch cheese. That sounds really good, I bet. So which captain breaks the rules the most? We're killing the final poll there. No surprise. Everybody should have guessed. Captain Kirk wins. 60% said he breaks the rules the most. Janeway, second place with 17. Cisco, third with 14. And Lorca with 7. But of course, Kirk was going to win this, right? Like, I thought the whole point was he was the cowboy. Yeah, he's too cool for the rules. And then everybody else, we judge them harshly for breaking rules. But we're like, oh, well, Kirk, well, that was different when he broke the rules. No, it wasn't. He was, he was just doing whatever the hell he wanted.
Yes, but I still read an article that referred to him as a shining beacon of morality. So,
which I'm not the biggest original series savant, but he certainly did not seem like a shining beacon of morality.
Right.
I don't know who was on that show, to be honest.
If anything, Spock would have been, right?
Not morality. I mean, maybe kind of ethics.
Yeah. That could be
but true. Bones, I feel like maybe Bones wasn't he the one that's like, damn it, you can't just do this or do that? Amory, you're the expert here.
He breaks. I mean, I don't know. I feel like when they bend things, it's so that people stay alive, and that's necessary.
Yeah.
And that's why they're the captain, because they know how to apply things to specific situations, but also like having the utmost respect for the rules. But he does break a lot of hearts.
Right. You can still
have... Did he break more hearts or more rules? Or more wind?
What's the ratio?
You could still have respect for the rules, but no knowing when to bend them is the important part, I think, probably.
Yeah. And that's why you're like a captain, or that's why you're a doctor or chief engineer, because you have like that, and not just like, and that's why like a computer can't do the job. You have to know the rules and understand the complexities of a situation.
Right.
We've got another poll in the live chat. What did Kirk break more? Everybody can go ahead and make your decisions there, because maybe that wasn't his biggest problem. Maybe it wasn't about breaking rules. Good knowledge there, Anne-Marie, giving us that. Which one of those did you break the most during surgery?
Oh my gosh. None. But I was just thinking, I can't stop listening. That reminded me of like the love themes of TOS. And I just cannot, in addition to the Beverly Crusher mixtape, I also can't stop listening to the Jerry Freed like shore leave love theme that he wrote, since he just passed away this weekend. Oh, it's beautiful. And Dr. Trek Larry Nemeczek on Larry Nemeczek Trekland, he has a video of Jerry Freed playing on his oboe, like a medley of those amazing TOS themes that he wrote. So if you haven't listened to them, go check it out. It's just, you'll cry. It's so beautiful. Just gorgeous.
So Dr. Susan V. Gruner in the live chat says, rules are meant to be broken. I can live with that. Spoken like a true Kirk fan. She loves Kirk, I'll bet you.
I can believe that. But that's
actually, that's a Cisco line. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Oh, Robert Kaiser's coming home from karaoke and watching this. Whoa, you're a rock star.
Tuesday night karaoke, huh? Love it.
Late night Tuesday night karaoke. That's awesome. Where was my invite?
Wait, I hope he is now home, not just like coming home. Or maybe like in Europe, they like take public transportation, right? That's okay. He's not driving.
Yeah, as long as you're not driving.
Well, this is something interesting. Travis Taylor says, Kirk is so misunderstood, but I'm not surprised by the results. I know YouTube doesn't allow you to leave long comments, but if you could elaborate, as much as you can in the YouTube comments, tell us why he's misunderstood. What is it about the rule breaking or the notion that he breaks a lot of rules that is misunderstood? Let us know, because we're certainly open to that.
Or even,
and maybe they're just suggestions. The rules.
Oh yeah.
That's what we used to say when I worked in a restaurant. Everybody, they would show up and they would modify like 10 things. They'd be like, okay, all I want is just the cheapest thing on the menu, a hamburger, just that, right? But can you add cheese on there? Oh, and also I'd like a side of Thousand Island dressing, and I would also like some onion on there. Okay, no problem. Oh, and also can I have lettuce and tomato on there? Yeah, no problem, sure. But can you put the lettuce and tomato not on the burger, but put them on the side and chop them up with vinaigrette dressing on there? Oh, okay, so you
want a salad.
Yeah. Oh, and also can you put some pickles on? Okay, here's your $77.95 full plate. Right. But anyway, so we would basically say
started.
Yes, we would basically say this menu, these are just suggestions. These are just examples of things we could make, but not by any means something that you need to order.
Yeah, but that's why restaurants started adding extra costs for all of those extras.
So, all right. The live chat poll, 11% of you said Kirk broke the silence the most. 14% of you need to grow up. He said he broke wind.
That's who you voted
the
for.
Most.
That's who I voted for.
18% of you said rules, and 55% of you said, hey, he broke more hearts than anything else, right? You know what data broke the most? The deck. That's a poker joke
Oh.
or reference,
Mhm.
right? Isn't that what it is?
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you know
I-
what Tom Paris broke the most?
What?
The
Sound.
billiards balls,
Oh.
right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
Right, didn't
Santorini.
they? Come on, that's good knowledge right there.
That is good knowledge.
And,
Was it pool or was it billiards?
Do you know what Pike breaks the most? Fast.
Ha 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 ha.
This is good stuff.
Gosh.
You guys feel free to use
This
this,
is good
but
stuff.
just
Oh
reference
my
me when you do.
God.
This is cocktail party worthy. Oh my God.
Because he cooks breakfast.
All
These
you
are
people going on
good.
the cruise. These are your pickup lines.
And I have a defense for the wind answer, because there is no way that we know exactly how many times he broke wind. And we know that he's human, so it's got to be, humans break wind how many times a day?
And how come we don't know what the discrepancy is between how much aliens break wind versus humans? Like, I bet
It's
you
probably in that
Vulcans are like
Alien Anatomy book
nonstop
that Tom's
because they're
super
like all
on.
Oh
like,
yeah.
they're like this, and they're like when you let the air out of a balloon. They're just
Oh
not.
my God.
Those Vulcans are
Hear that in a
nonstop.
turbo
There's
lift.
no way
I want
Vulcans
to
are
hear
not.
that in a turbo lift.
But Vulcans cheer when they do it. They're like, yeah. They're like so proud of it.
Maybe they're like the what I'm blanking on the M species on the Orville where they pee once.
Oh, the
once a-
Mocklins?
Yeah. So maybe they're like that.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Sorry, One Trek fan. One Trek fan says, oh my God, first placenta's now breaking wind. You're right. We need one more for the trifecta. Never mind. We got to get back to the news. This is more like Star Trek and chill talk. This talk is way too chill. We got to get serious. I'm pissed.
You put it
Oh my
in the
God.
poll.
I only did that because they made me.
Okay.
They in the live chat. Also, if John Orchiola is still in the live chat, by the way, here was a fun little tweet that he did today. Check this out, or yesterday looks like. Anne-Marie, would you like to tell everybody about this
I'm
tweet?
like obsessed with this tweet. It's so cute. So Star Trek on Paramount Plus posted this really cute little Dr. Beverly incoming message. And you have to use that code where you add 3 letters to everything. So, okay, it says trust no one. But John Orchiola retweeted it and said that it says call Ronan. But I was so tired after VTC last night that I was like, wait, does it really say that? I was like, wow, how gullible am I?
Love it.
So fun.
Good stuff from John
Yeah.
Orchiola. Not that we're surprised. He's a smart guy.
It's a good one.
Okay, Doctor, we've got an
Jean-Luc,
article
can you call
here.
Ronan for me?
We've got an article from trekmovie.com written by our good friend, trekmovie.com staff.
Yeah, I love them.
It says a preview Disengage, that's episode 2, with new images and clips from Star Trek Picard episode 302.
Okay.
Would you like to read
first
this
of
for
all,
us?
We already knew it was going to be another Doug Arniakowski episode. And it's our first Christopher Monfett and Sean Tretta episode of the season. And I just included it because, we can read the synopsis. Aided by 7 of 9 and the crew of the USS Titan, Picard makes a shocking discovery that will alter his life forever and puts him on a collision course with the most cunning enemy he's ever encountered, which I'm like dying to know about because he's encountered some cunning enemies. Meanwhile, Raffi races to track a catastrophic weapon and collides with a familiar ally. Okay, now show the pictures.
Okay, show the pictures.
And by the way,
it's
there's
Riker
a
and
new
Pickard.
trailer up. Jean-Luc Pickard. There's a new trailer up on Paramount Plus also that shows Lore and Jordy in a scene, but that's not in this episode. We don't think. Look how cute he looks. Oh,
His
love
hair is
this.
starting to rival Pike's.
Oh, wait, you are right. I didn't even notice that.
This is saucy. Look at that.
Yeah, look
cute.
at that coif.
Yeah.
Mhm. There's a guy,
Oh, it's like the
a
first
young
woman
man.
from Downton Abbey.
Ed Spaliers.
Aw, I like him.
There he is again, holding a
Yeah, he's
phaser,
cute.
some
He
kind
is
of
cute.
phaser.
A cool top.
His hair is pretty well styled too.
Yeah,
It's not.
the
Don't
hair
sleep
on
on
this show's
him.
amazing.
I know.
Hair game.
Well, I do like
Yeah.
that jacket.
Oh wait, it's super
Nice.
different. Look at it. Right here. It's all like a party, but then right here, it's like he was wearing a hat.
Oh.
Interesting. What happened from here to here? Must have been
Maybe he
something
took a
serious.
Find
Sonic
out.
shower.
Yeah. Sonic shower.
Yeah.
Look at both these guys are like, my mohawk can be higher than your mohawk.
Oh, that's fun.
My mohawk and your mohawk.
My beard versus your beard. My mohawk versus
There's
yours.
some great volume on this show, though.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, ooh, how does Ryan T. Husk compare?
My mohawk.
Well, look how tall it is in that picture.
It is pretty tall.
It's like staticking to the ceiling.
Tunnel.
It's pretty tall.
Oh, I can't get over how great Seven's hair is, though. Wow.
I just love her
I
posture.
like
Look
her
at that.
uniform.
Yeah.
Good for her. Like, you
She's
know, as
awesome.
we get older, it's tough to keep a good posture, but she's like an ironing board. Her back is. It's perfect.
Mhm.
And
Her back,
everybody in
her
the
back
live
is like an ironing board.
and everyone in the live chat just straightened up.
They're like, oh yeah, thanks for the reminder. Oh.
Yeah.
So
that's Thursday's episode. Can't wait. Can't wait to find out
Mhm.
what disengage means.
And there are a few more pictures, so everybody make sure to go over to trekmovie.com to check out the rest of those pictures and say thank you to trekmovie.com staff for writing this article.
Woohoo.
Boy, there's another trekmovie.com article. But let's also talk about Virtual TrekCon 4 because Melissa got us a little sidetracked with all her fart jokes. So see, as soon as we stopped talking about farting, our numbers went down. Look, we can see in real time. Look, I'll show you guys right now if you don't
When we
believe me.
started to talk about farting or when we stopped talking about farting? Oh, see? Everybody.
What we
farts.
need to see is what people specifically left where they're like, no more breaking wind. I'm out of here. I'm going to get my apple juice and my parcheesi and I'm going to the radio room.
Oh, that sounds good. Apple juice and cheese, I mean.
Oh my gosh.
I want a radio
lucky to be a
room.
kid at the skilled nursing facility.
What color would you paint the walls if you had a radio room? I'm thinking green.
Oh, I was going to do like a 1940s palette.
Yeah, I was thinking a little retro. Something
Like
retro.
maroon, dark green, wood, ugly wood.
Maybe some golds and or like a tin roof, tin ceiling, I mean.
Tin roof rusted. That's a Love Shack quote.
Yeah.
Dr. Susan V. Gruner says polenta, placenta, hacienda,
Yeah.
a new high-end hotel.
Travis
Polenta
Taylor
is
says
delicious, by the
orange.
way.
I like
My
polenta.
Spanish grandmother used to always make me some polenta, and I love it.
Really?
You know what I love best about it? The taste.
That's
Okay,
great.
Anne Marie is so
What else
puzzled
would
by
it have
that.
been?
I don't know. Well, why didn't you guess that
The
then if it's so
mouthfeel.
obvious?
These
know,
are the
it
words I
does have
learned from Bob's Burgers.
Texture. But it's good.
So Yeah, just to close out Virtual TrekCon 4 and the 2023 Lappy Awards. Everybody at home, if you did not see the 2023 Lappy Awards, no big spoilers here today because it was only a couple days ago, but be sure to go back on this channel and watch the 2023 Lappy Awards because it was such a great award show. Thousands of people have seen it so far. Thousands more will continue to see it as this show grows. There were 30 celebrity Star Trek special guests, whether they were presenting or receiving or just doing whatever the heck the Klingons were doing that was hysterical.
Oh my gosh, that's a must see.
Yeah, but everybody in the live chat, let us know what you thought of the 2023 Lappy Awards. Were you surprised by the winners? Were you disappointed? Did you love the special guests? Was JG and Bob O'Reilly, the two Klingons, passing the envelope back and forth? Who do you think stole the show? The Klingons, the
Kirk
Enterprise
Thatcher.
boys, Kirk Thatcher, Saru and Tarina,
Oh, that was so sweet.
Hemmer. Who
Hemmer
stole the
was
show?
Dan Curry and
pretty
Doug Drexler.
An original series legend.
And we
Walter
can't forget
Koenig.
about Jeffrey Combs and
Mhm.
Oh my
his-
gosh. Oh, that
Ira
was so
Stephen
cute.
Bear, showrunner
Yeah.
of Star
Melissa
Trek
and
Deep
Chase
Space Nine.
Masterson.
Mhm.
Oh, it was so good. Chris Fisher and his daughter Poppy, they were so cute.
Yeah.
So
Anne
cute.
Marie's giggles.
The Hagemans. They
Oh
were
my gosh, the
so
Hickman's high
cute.
fives.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And the
So
Benson
cute.
sisters. Oh my god. I
Yeah.
love that we had sisters and brothers. It was so
And-
cute.
Yeah, and one Trek fan had stills of the Hagemans doing their
That was awesome.
high fives.
Their energy was so good.
It
It was so
good.
cool how much energy people brought to this because, like, look, it's
Mhm.
easy to just come in and say, hey, and be cordial and fun and friendly and cool. But so many people like really added something to it. And that's the
Yeah.
beauty of the
Jen
Star Trek
Maley.
community.
Yeah.
Ben Maley, yes.
Yeah.
Raven,
And
speaking of which,
Raven?
Raven
Oh,
Dowda
yeah.
brings the energy.
He really
She
does.
she sets the bar that everybody is trying to
And
attain,
the
honestly.
hair.
Mhm.
Oh, that hair was great. And I have to shout out Armin too, because he's just a love. He's just
Mhm.
such a he's just a walking heart. He's
my God,
so
and also-
wonderful.
Aaron Wilkie's background with like
Oh,
the TOS fridge, but like Zero is lurking in the back. So cute.
yeah. Well, and I loved his jacket. He
Oh my
was so snazzy.
People dress up for this. I'm just like, wow. This
I
is amazing.
know. I
This is
love it when they
amazing.
dress up. It's great. Yeah.
That was cool.
Pull, another pull.
Ooh.
Yeah. But
Sorry, no, I'm
Oh.
just responding to something.
oh. But also Scott Baker was pretty snazzy with his popcorn and his hat and his bow tie thingy. It's a technical
Mhm.
term.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So let's see.
Oh my God.
Where are we
Mars
now? Oh,
396 said you need to nominate an EGOT artist so they get to be a Leggett.
Nominate a who?
An EGOT, like Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yeah.
And then put an L in front of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leggett.
Oh, I never
For a
heard of the
Leggett.
EGOT. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar,
Right.
Tony.
Yeah. Like
Viola
Whoopi
Davis
Goldberg,
just
I think.
became one.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
somebody
wait.
that wins all four?
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
Guinan
wow.
get
That
one
is quite
last
an
year?
accomplishment.
Does
Did
Whoopi
she?
Goldberg? Is Whoopi Goldberg a Leggett? I don't know. I can't remember. We'll have to see.
I can't remember.
Unfortunately,
either.
no, you know what? She was nominated this year with the like Q stands.
Oh, right. Right.
But unfortunately, Kirk Thatcher won it from out from under her. But there's still time next year because it's Universe and
Yeah.
Legacy.
Woohoo. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. Linda Anderegg says, love VTC4. Serena and Saru and Tarina. Woohoo.
So cute. Oh my
So
gosh.
cute. Yes.
Ryan, do you want to talk about that news that Doug Jones was sharing about like the scene that won them a lappy?
Oh, sure. Let me do this quick poll.
Oh, it was Ultra Runningham's first lappies. Love that.
Aww.
And Christopher Marshall.
Yes, and Randy Frank wore Gucci.
Oh my gosh, that was
fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
So here's the poll for the lappies. What was your biggest lappy reaction? Was it laughter? Was it tears? Was it excitement or interest? What grabbed you the most?
Choose.
I know.
Okay. So we should have like a mute button, because when I type in the polls, it feels like we just got muted.
I get like stuck with excitement. Like, ooh, what are you gonna say?
Well, excitement is one of the options.
But that's for just polls specifically.
So yes, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, would you like to break the news to the world of what Mr. Doug Jones, the legendary Hollywood actor, revealed during the live 2023 Lappy Awards?
But before that, Jenny R. Johnson says, joy.
You know, I actually wanted
answer.
to put joy, but then I was like, but joy and excitement are pretty close, and tears of joy. So I was like, let me put interest instead.
Great joy.
Heldar joy.
Oh my gosh. And I agree with Lisa. Next year we should have a page to show fans dressed up for the lappies.
Yes.
Oh my
I love that idea.
Do what?
If like
show
we show fans dressed up
for the lappies.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah,
if they tweet out who they're wearing.
Yeah.
Who are you wearing for the lappies this year?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Yes. I want to Joan Rivers this so hard. Yes.
Or we could or cosplay is acceptable as well. You can dress up to the nines and look all sharp and bedazzled, or you can or you can just dress in your favorite cosplay. Remember when COVID first hit and people used to bedazzle their masks? I used to see people going to the gym with jewelry all over their masks.
Oh, those weren't real masks though, because they had holes in them.
Oh, that's true. They're just poking holes. It's all so confusing. Everybody tried their best. We didn't know what we were doing. We were all just trying our best.
Says VTC4 was the best Trek con they've been to.
Oh, that's great.
Who said this?
Puka Hair, who I saw
our new best friend
with Larry earlier. Yeah. Aww. Not a plant. That's a real testimonial.
Yep, not a plant, a person.
Yes.
Doctor, so what do you say? Do you want to tell them about Doug Jones?
Yes. Okay. I'm just catching up with the live.
This is live.
Okay, I know. It's just like if I didn't read a couple more, I would be so far gone. So there would be no hope for me ever catching up. So when Doug came on with Tara, Doug was sharing how I can't remember if you asked him, like at what point it was established that the two of them would get together. And he was saying that it actually wasn't. But when when they got the script and they were like filming it, he was like, this is so evident how popping this is. And it kind of like, Larry had mentioned this too, like how in days of Star Trek yore, they wouldn't have plans to get like Worf and Dax together, but then dailies would come back and the chemistry would just be like popping off the screen. So it was like very reminiscent of that. And then Doug went to New York Comic Con with Michelle Paradise. He said when they were on the flight back together, Doug was like, so Saru and Tarina, that's going to happen, right? And I guess she hadn't thought of it. And he's like, come on, like she comes to the ship.
So obvious.
They're giving each other looks. She leaves the ship.
Every time she drinks her Diet Coke, she's playing with her hair, you know?
Yeah.
The chemistry was palpable, even
Yes.
right from the start.
I was like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
But
I
then she was
know.
like, oh, that's interesting. And then the rest is history.
Mhm.
My ears, or my eyeballs and ears always perked up when Saru and Tarina would get together.
Oh, I was like,
Ugh.
yes, that's part of the
It was like,
episode.
oh, yes, there's definitely something going on here.
Yeah. So cute. And I mean,
Ooh.
like half the answers, it seemed like were like related to that, like Saru asking Culber for dating advice, stuff like that. Like, it
Yes, that was
it was
so
just so
cute.
Yeah, I love that scene so much. Culber
I
just
So we have a
gives
couple
advice.
things to read from our buddy War Dog Heim out in Montana. One is earmuffs, kids. My medication says that Ryan is hilarious. I'm going to have to talk with it later. But the other thing he says is a great idea. He says next year we need a panel where we get a tour of Doug Drexler's workshop and then Dan Curry's.
And you know who else
awesome.
is? Tom's.
Yeah.
Tom Serpentine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like we're
Great
all
idea.
sick of just screenshotting the three of them and going like this. Like trying to like enhance. No, that's not just me.
That's a
Also,
good point.
Walter's background. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Walter Koenig.
Oh my
Those were books from the
gosh.
40s.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. Wow.
Yeah, when he was
Huh.
only 60 years old. What were you saying, Melissa?
He's so cute.
Yeah. He's our
Walter is
favorite.
So cute.
That was so cute and sexy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, weren't we gonna have like a sitcom where William Shatner and Walter Koenig are fighting over Anne Marie?
I wish.
To
It's
the
like
win.
she's
I
like,
wish.
oh,
That's my dream.
my two guys, Chekhov and Kirk. Life is so
that's
tough.
my dream. Yeah. You're making me blush.
Gorn with the wind. No. What would the title
Oh my
of that be?
gosh. That's a good one.
Of those two?
Yeah.
Well, my
Fighting
two
over
dads was
Anne
already
Marie.
taken. That already happened.
So
Remember?
my two grandpas.
No, this is like dads.
My two future husbands.
Yeah, there you go. Your two future ex-husbands. There you go. Now you got it.
or husbands. I
Yeah.
don't know.
My
Brother-
lifestyle.
Brother husbands. Because they have sister wives.
Yeah.
So they would be brother husbands, right?
Oh man, they're so great. Love them. And
Ooh,
Walter
Linda
was just
Anderegg
amazing.
says, and Michael Westmore's workshop. Wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh my gosh.
That's a dynasty. Oh,
And by workshop, I mean all of their whole houses and garages and storage units.
yeah.
And bathrooms. Let's see
And
how dirty
offices.
their bathrooms are, if they keep them clean or what.
Oh, well.
There's no doubt, because all of their studios are spotless. Okay.
So Matt Boardman says, I was researching Ferengi makeup and came across the video where they turned Tracy into a Cardassian. I didn't know it was a part of VTC at the time. So cool. Yeah, that is really cool. That's awesome that he just happened to stumble upon it and he was like, wait a minute, I know these guys. What a deal.
That video is awesome.
Also, Travis Taylor says, Matt Boardman, you are a crucial piece of the VTC and T7R something possible. Believe me, I've been a fan since the show was in pre-production. Yeah, totally, Matt Boardman. You're rad, and we love you. And we couldn't have made it without you.
And those thumbnails for the videos were just incredible. Oh my gosh, they looked so good.
Yeah, they were great. Great job. Matt.
Ultra Runningham says, my two daddies. That's right. If it's daddies, it's got a different connotation there.
Ooh. Can you
BL
add sugar
says-
in the front? No.
What?
Can you add sugar in the front? My two.
Oh yeah, sugar daddies. Yeah.
Oh
BL
my
says
gosh.
share and share alike. And that reminds us, please give this video a like, share alike by giving us that one. So thank you very much for that. We're coming close to an end here, unless there's a final news item we need to
there's
jump
one
on.
really interesting one that really caught my attention, which I guess it was Trek Movie doing the interview on the blue carpet with Terry Metalis. But apparently he had conceived of adding Naomi Wildman to season 3 as like she would come back. We don't have to go over the article, but basically she would come back. 7 of 9 needs her like help from somebody who's a little bit rogue. Like she
were they
used to
just
be with
bringing
the
her back
Ferris
to rip out her
Rangers.
eyeball like they did with each?
Right.
Don't even.
They're like,
but-
no, her ear.
Stop. Well, she was a Fenris Ranger, which is so interesting
Cool.
since she always wanted to
That
be a
is cool.
captain's assistant. And then 7 was going to call on her, and she was going to be a little bit even more rogue than 7 was.
Oh my God, I
But
love
they
this
didn't-
idea.
They just didn't have time to like really flesh it out because it's only 10 episodes. But I was like, wow, it's just so cool because everybody's always like, what about Naomi Wildman? What about Naomi Wildman? So I was like,
Yeah.
that is such a, and to know that they're kind of like, they have those kids in mind from the 90s and what they're doing now that they're grown up also gives us hope for Jake Sisko and Molly.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, we
And
want to
Hirayoshi.
see the Trek kids. Just where are they now?
Mhm.
Even Alexander. I may be unpopular
Well, we
opinion,
don't need to
but
get crazy
Well,
here.
I'm like, save Naomi Wildman for the void, like Star Trek Janeway
right.
or Prodigy. But I
Yeah,
really do
Prodigy.
see
That
what
could be
she's up to.
fun. Yeah.
And I just love that relationship she had with Janeway so much. Like some of my favorite Voyager moments. So
Mhm.
sweet. Always
And
tuck in your shirt.
But I
Or
did
keep
like
your shirt tucked in.
her relationship with 7 too,
Oh,
because I feel
love.
like she softened 7 in a way that nobody else could, and that was beautiful to see.
And it
In my
also
opinion,
made Janeway grow. It's,
Mhm.
oh,
yeah.
so beautiful. I love that relationship.
Mhm.
Well, let's talk about what's going on this week, everybody. First of all, this is the part of the day where we say yesterday on the 7th rule, but you know what? There are so many videos to watch from Falling Tower, the 7th rule, and Virtual TrekCon that just dropped over the last 5 days. So just go back, check out Falling Tower, which reviewed, let's pull that up, Star Blazers and Battlestar Galactica 1978 with a
So
bunch of
much
great
fun.
guests. 7th Rule reviewed The Last Outpost with Denise Crosby and Armin Shimmerman. Check that out. All kinds of good stuff. We've got the Deep Space Nine Deep Dives 1 and 2 released over the weekend. 1 was with Melissa and Armin Shimmerman, of course, and 2 was with Mr. Andrew J. Robinson. All of these have Sirach Lofton, by the way. I bet you didn't guess that. And
What?
so many great things. Just go back, go to virtualtrekcon.com and just scroll through, go to the calendar and scroll through all the days and just pick whichever one you want to see. They're up there forever now, and those links are still good. So anything you missed or anything you want to see again or you want to share, it's all there. Go check it out. And then now on Thursday, this coming Thursday in a couple days, we've got the Picard season 3 episode 2 review from the 7th rule. So check that out. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time this coming Thursday. Then on Friday, right here on the Virtual TrekCon channel, it's Star Trek and Chill. Isn't that kind of what this was? Kind of, but it's even more chill, if you can believe that. We are joined by more people. It's a party. We have beverages. We have a pizza, pizza pockets, stuff
Glenn
like
and
that.
Fran Iverson
Really
ordered
yummy.
pizza.
Mhm.
Love them.
That's right.
Mm.
Deep dish pizza. Yum. You know what I like to do with deep dish pizza? Eat it. Yeah.
I love deep dish. We had such a good deep dish pizza party in Vegas. with
That's what I was
7th Rule.
that's what I was thinking of. Yep.
that's
Because
so
we
good.
copied the Prodigy writers room.
Yes.
We plagiarized so hard right there. No,
Best
we were inspired
plagiarism
by
ever.
Yeah, that was really
inspired
fun.
by true events.
Yes.
And so that's on Friday, Star Trek and Chill, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on this virtual TrekCon channel. Then on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, that's 12 p.m. Eastern time, we will release the Seventh Rule Will, that is on that channel. We'll release our review of Next Generation Season 1, Episode 9, Hyde and Q, with, of course, Denise Crosby, aka Tasha.
They've let her out of the penalty box just to come do this review.
Yeah. So that's about it. Everybody in the live chat, let's close out this last poll. It looks like the biggest reaction was excitement, followed by laughter, and then interest, and then tears. Okay, great. So, Melissa Longo, where can everybody find you?
Online at melissalongo.com, not .com. I always want to say .com. At Melissa Longo, it's with
Then
an A,
get it
not
so
an
you
E.
can.
Oh, yeah, good idea. And at the introvertedrepublic.com, Walking Art Made by Melissa is there, and soon to be added to the website is the Orion Syndicate shirt. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
and
That's fun.
best friend Jake Sisko, everybody's best friend.
Mhm. What about yourself, Anne-Marie Siegel? Is that called like a woman bun? Because like when a man has it, it's like a man bun. Is that called like a woman bun if a woman has it?
Who surprised me by knowing what this was called the other day?
I guess it's not a woman bun then, huh?
No, a top knot. But there was some Star Trek actor. Who was that?
It's probably Chekhov.
I don't know. We were never mind. I won't bore everybody, but we were recording something
Anymore.
and some old Star Trek actor was like, "Ooh, I see a top." Oh, you know who it was? It was not an old Star Trek actor. It was normal age Star Trek. It was John Billingsley.
Normal age.
Normal. So it's not normal to grow old anymore.
I meant old. I didn't mean old Star Trek. Like not even TOS is old, but I meant like not current. Yeah. Anyway.
I see. Legacy.
It
Okay,
was just
makes
really
sense.
cute that he knew. He knew the turn.
So it's called a top knot. That almost sounds like a donut hole or something like a pretzel nugget.
Fun.
Like a pretzel nugget. You get a little top knot out of there. You dip it in some nacho cheese. That's what top knot sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Or you could, instead of cheese, you could put like powdered sugar on it.
Ooh.
And then you can eat it. Mm-hmm.
And
anyway,
also, just to clarify from the live chat, there is a Star Trek
chocolate.
Until this Friday because the three of us are not going on the Star Trek cruise. So all of us, like land lovers, will be holding it down.
This is gonna be, that's a great question. Whomever asked that. It's gonna be a crazy week, everybody, because it feels like the whole Star Trek universe is like split in half. When Star Trek Las Vegas happens, everybody's still kind of around on like Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, so they're still around even if they're out partying in Vegas. Whereas on the cruise, when that happens, it's radio silence for a week.
Yes.
The three of us are not going. I did last year. Melissa did the cruise before. Anne-Marie's going next year, probably not. But yeah, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be like this exciting. This is the way I look at it. It's like an away mission. Those are always my favorites on Star Trek, when you have like 3 or 4 people going on the planet and then 3 or 4 staying on the Brit. And so they have the A and B story. And so I love seeing that mix.
Our B story is going to be like giggling about what's coming out of the A story.
I mean, their B story.
Oh, yeah.
Their B story.
Yeah. We're the A story actors in this life.
Yeah, we'll see about that. The fans will decide.
Yeah, but like, I just love seeing like what comes out of the cruise, since their wireless is so bad. We just get like 2 minutes of information. It's so random.
But then you know what that means is we could
funny.
post really rude stuff on their Facebook, and they won't be able to take it off for like a week. Anne-Marie, where can everybody find you besides people's Facebook that are on the cruise?
Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel 1. And I just
And
said it
everybody-
was surprising, like my brothers and my dad, they would not know different girls' hairstyles names. That's what I meant. Not that
Well,
anybody's old or anything.
yeah, John Billingsley seems to be in the know about
He totally
much
is.
everything.
It seems to be in
though.
the yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy's cool
So
as hell.
everybody, you can find me Twitter at Ryan TG Husk. Again, that's Ryan TG Husk, or Virtual Trek on the Seventh Rule, or Falling Tower on whatever your favorite social media or YouTube medium is. That's it for us, everybody. We appreciate you hanging out with us on the main viewer. And leave us some comments down below. The way to do that is to, once this video ends, hit refresh, leave a comment, tell us what you thought of this, so that next week can be even better than this 2 out of 10. Yup, even better. It was like a 10.
Yeah.
So thank you all very much. Go check out all of our videos from this whole 5-day week of Virtual TrekCon 4, and especially the Lappies. Go share that around, please. Do us the favor of sharing it around, but even more so, do your friends the favor of sharing it to them.
And David Tennant this video.
Yep. All right, everybody. If you want bad puns from Melissa, put it on the main viewer.